Also, another great thing to do to identify trends in Bitcoin is pair the parabolic stop reverse indicator with the Heikin-Ashi candle chart style. If you do this, you will get a really, really clear view of which direction the trend is headed. And this is something that's very powerful for identifying Bitcoin trends. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Kevin Svenson, and today we're going to be talking about the price of Bitcoin. So most cryptos are seeing a lot of upside today. Bitcoin is currently seeing some of the most bullish price action that we've seen in the past half year, in more than half a year, and we're going to be discussing why that is. I'm looking at the Cryptowatch asset card list, and we can see that there's a lot of cryptos that are seeing really nice price gains today. Some of these altcoins are seeing really nice breakouts right now, and this is bringing back a lot of positive sentiment to the market. And if you guys check out those links below, I have a couple videos on how to use the Cryptowatch platform for both charting and trading. The overview explains the platform as a whole, and the trading tutorial will explain how to set up your API keys so that you can trade directly off of your price charts. Right now, I'm looking at Bitcoin on the daily chart, and if you just take a look, we actually exited this price channel. In the way that I'm interpreting the price channel, it does look like we are exiting this price channel right now. As we were touching the top resistance line of the price channel, we saw a lot of resistance here and then a breakout. And right now, Bitcoin is actually turning previous resistance here into new support, and the bulls are making some really good progress. In the past few videos, we discussed that, as we hit 9100, 9200, we were talking about that we would very likely be looking for consolidation in between that resistance and 7700, in between about 7700 and 9100. And right now, Bitcoin is getting that consolidation. Although we are starting to see another bounce, we have not created a higher high yet. And the reason for that, I think, is because the market is currently looking at the 200-day simple moving average. And this is a very significant moving average in Bitcoin history. And we can see that back here in September, October, the market was interacting with this moving average pretty heavily. We used it as resistance for a while here, and then we actually turned it into support after this pump. And then we broke down below this moving average. And now we've recently come back up to retest this as resistance once again. So as we can see, the market does like to interact with the 200-day moving average, and right now we're using it as resistance. Currently, the price is testing previous resistance as new support, getting a bounce off this level, and it's currently looking to test back up to the 200-day moving average. Now, of course, that's not the only reason that we're finding resistance. This previous support of the descending triangle did have some resistance within this range here, and we also just recently found resistance just below 9200. And because a lot of traders and investors in this market put so much weight onto this moving average, I remember that in this area, when we broke below the 200-day moving average, people became extremely bearish on Bitcoin after this break, right? And people, of course, became extremely bullish on Bitcoin after we broke above it. And overall, the market sentiment would become extremely positive if we, again, broke above the 200-day moving average. Now, as I've explained in multiple of my previous videos, we were looking for this pullback, and we're looking for an overall consolidation within this range. Looking at the RSI on the daily chart right now, we can see that Bitcoin is not actually overbought just yet. So technically, we do have some room to move to the upside before hitting overbought territory. One thing to keep in mind is that Bitcoin is currently actually forming one of the first major higher low structures that we've seen in almost half a year. Since the descending triangle was formed, we had more horizontal lows in this area, we had lower lows, and we just continued to see lower lows, lower lows, lower lows. And this is the first time in over half a year that Bitcoin is actually getting higher lows and is beginning to see continued bullish moves. To me, it seems very likely that this means that Bitcoin is at the very least going to be looking for a consolidation above previous resistance as new support within this range before the next major run to the upside. I am getting much more bullish on Bitcoin moving forward here, and I do think that right now is a great time to accumulate cryptos as a whole, but this is not financial advice. In the shorter time frame, we're sitting in an area of lower lows here, and we have not yet created a higher high just yet. And we're currently sitting below the 200-day moving average, and we're currently sitting below this resistance box. So in my opinion, it would not really be surprising to see Bitcoin, consolidate within this range for a bit before actually getting that major breakout. And historically, Bitcoin does look to trade sideways in this stage of the halving. So as long as we're trading within this range and consolidating within this range, however long it may take, this is a prime area to accumulate Bitcoin, in my opinion. And another thing to note is that we did just form a new weekly candle. And if we just take a look at our parabolic stop and reverse indicator, we are getting consistent bullish indications from this indicator. For over a year now, without fail, Bitcoin has always trended with this indicator. If you just take a look, we trended bearish with this with the parabolic stop reverse indicator for months, then we trended bullish with it for months, and then every time we get a flip, it is a perfect indicator that the trend is changing. And then here we had many months of bearish movement, and we just got a bullish flip. Now, of course, this is not guaranteed to stay bullish just because we have a positive flip here in this indicator. It's not guaranteed that we're going to have like a major bullish trend right now. During this descending triangle area, we did see, some bullish reversals, although these did fail and we ended up breaking down later on. But historically, this indicator has been extremely helpful for calling Bitcoin trends. Also, another great thing to do to identify trends in Bitcoin is pair the parabolic stop reverse indicator with the Heikin-Ashi candle chart style. If you do this, you will get a really, really clear view of which direction the trend is headed. And this is something that's very powerful for identifying Bitcoin trends. Now, this does not mean that Bitcoin is ready to just, trend up and moon necessarily. Anything is possible. We still have to get past the previous support of the descending triangle here, which has been acting as resistance here. We currently have 4 consecutive weeks of green on the Heikin-Ashi chart style, and this is a bullish indication. And we also have that bullish flip on the parabolic stop and reverse indicator. 2 major bullish indications for me. Also, we're currently trending outside of the downward sloping resistance of the price channel. All very bullish for me. Even, guys, again, I'm focused on the long term. So even if we do end up getting a reversal here and retest, maybe closer to 7,700 before getting, a real major push to the upside, to me, this is all still very bullish, and Bitcoin could still remain extremely bullish moving into the next few months here. We have a nice rounding bottom here for Bitcoin. We have that inverse head and shoulders here for Bitcoin. We're getting an exit of the price channel, breaking above some resistance. And all of these factors coming together does make me pretty bullish on Bitcoin going into the halving. Most people now, it's the crypto market is pretty split at the moment. Half the people think that we're going to be bullish going to the halving, and half people think that because everyone thinks we're going to be bullish going to the halving, then it's not going to happen. There's a lot of flaws, in my opinion, with this type of contrarian analysis. I wouldn't overthink it too much. I wouldn't come to any quick conclusions about the halving and why it will or won't happen, why the bullish price action will or won't take place based on what people think. I wouldn't overthink that too much. I would just keep your eye on the charts and let the chart speak to you and let the chart tell you what the deal is moving into the next few months here. Definitely keep your eye on the long term if you're accumulating. But anyway, guys, if you enjoyed this video, definitely hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Also, sign up for the Cryptowatch platform. Cryptowatch is my preferred platform because Cryptowatch is a command center for the crypto industry. You can really do everything you need to do all from this platform. So definitely click that link below, sign up right now, and I will see you all in the next video.